Right, the DMV story was in 1940 when I was in Glendale, California, staying.
All right, we moved a little closer.
All right. In 1940, when I was staying with Margaret in Glendale, California, she decided that I should get me a California driver's license. So she had an old about 1930 Plymouth, and so we went on down to the DMV, which was right in the center of Glendale, and I went in and took my written examination, and I passed that fine. And when we come out to take my driver's exam, why, I got behind the wheel of that old Plymouth, and it only had one stem sticking up like a nail out of the floorboard, which was the gas pedal. And I had never driven the thing before, so I wasn't familiar with that. And the driver examiner, he sat down next to me, and I got the thing started, and I went to back away from the curb, and I pushed down on the gas pedal, and it wouldn't go. The gas pedal would not depress. So I kept pushing a little harder, and it was still stuck there. And then when I finally got it to go, she jumped backwards like a rabbit, and I got it stopped, got it in first gear, and started down the road, and I was jerking and jumping like a jackrabbit. And he wanted me to turn left, but I was so confused by trying to get that thing going smooth that I missed the chance to turn left. And so he said, keep going and then turn right. And every time I went to depress to increase the gas, why the thing would jump like a rabbit because it was uneven. And now finally he said, you better go back to the DMV office. So I finally got back there, and he said, well, you need more practice driving. So Margaret came out, and I said, Margaret, what's gives with this car? It always says when you push the gas, that stem down, you got to push it to the side and then ease it down. I said, well, why didn't you tell me that beforehand? And needless to say, I didn't get my driver's license in California that year.
That's good.
What's that now?
Only because I was 21 once.
Yeah, you laughed. Ah, that means you had a brain.
No, if I had any brains, they'd kill me. Jesus. No, the only reason
when I was 21, I just dared him to kill me, that's all. I figured there's got to be a way I can get killed and get out of this. Didn't happen, you know. I did everything stupid. I mean, I tried to do everything stupid.
Didn't we all? I'm sure, you know, that's part of life.
That's why I defined as an adult without brains is 21 years old.
And then some wait till they're 40, you know.
It's totally true.
Too bad you
Now here's an ad that appeared, or an announcement rather, that appeared in the paper. I don't know if you can see this or not, I'll read it to you. The children and grandchildren of Donald, Andy, and June Anderson cordially invite their friends to attend a celebration to honor our parents. A combination birthday and anniversary party will be held this Sunday, July 7th. A celebration of our father's 75th birthday, July 7, 1916, and our parents' 45th anniversary, September 7, 1946. Please join us for cake, beverages, and a good time this Sunday, July 7, 1991, from 1 to 4 p.m. at Philomath City Park. In lieu of gifts, donations to the Philomath Food Bank or Baby Bank would be greatly appreciated. Please come and join us in a tribute to our wonderful parents and grandparents. Linda Anderson Zielinski, Boise, Idaho. Brian, Melissa, and Dave, Donald Anderson Jr., Reno, Nevada. Autumn and Austin. Love ya. Thanks for years of love and devotion. Very nice.
that stump in there.
Who wants to know?
Donnie did.
Who wants to know?
I'm sorry.
Donnie stuck it in.
Go kick that guy in the dick right over there if you don't like it.
It'll work.
Oh, you got one yet, Millbury?
Huh?
You got one yet, Millbury?
Oh, okay.
Not quite.
Not quite, huh? Okay.
The Genie feels good. It's been 2 days we haven't had smoke coming out of our chimney this year already, so here we got some smoke and fire again, jeez.
Is this a life or what, Bruce?
So it ain't cold
Pretty
here.
nice.
Isn't it nice? Creek over there, fire here.
July. I think it was
And
July
go
the
back
1st.
to
July
work tomorrow.
2nd.
And have
July,
to go,
excuse me,
back, go
July
back
2nd
to...
is the first time we
the
have
rat
not
race.
had smoke come out of our chimney. I can't help it. I just am cold.
Well, it's been cold. It hasn't been warm. It's been
Still
60
kind of a trucking company you're running this summer?
Oh,
this summer.
Is this a fly-by-night operation, or is this
yeah,
some
it's a fly.
Today's a lot lower, I noticed.
Well, it's a lot
Wasatch
lower on one level, but you don't have any income tax down there, so your net pay is higher.
But I'm still
State
going to be
tax.
based in California.
Where'd Brian?
There's no income tax in Nevada?
That's what.
I'd have to rent a
There's
room.
no. Hey, yeah. Well, you could live with me. I'll give you the address.
Penn City.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. I'll
What's
verify
happening?
that you're a resident.
Yeah.
I always
This
like...
is what's happening.
Oh, well.
Oh, that's what's happening. All right.
We're getting right next to the fire. That's what's happening.
Okay, Gordon, why don't you come over?
Out of beer.
For a day or whatever. And,
Well, I
got
called
3 cans of
Wasatch.
Let me get a macro shot of that. No, it's called a macro lens. You can get real close. Now, what year was the one on the
Well,
right?
this is
taken?
their wedding picture, and Dad thinks this one's maybe 6-8 years ago.
Okay.
I'd have to take the back off.
And then that one down there is the wedding picture. Yep. Neat.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes.
What's that?
See?
Yeah.
Let me see, please.
Here's what I think is neat. This right here.
Can I see, Mom?
It says United States Navy. I don't think you can read the description on it. Maybe I can focus on that. It says Donald Anderson, Lieutenant Commander, 1936 to 58. Okay.
Who's getting older?
Last I saw it, it was over here by this thing.
That's hard to swallow. Happy birthday to our favorite uncle. Who we got down here? Steve and Brian.
Bruce.
Oh, that's Bruce. Oh, I thought it looked like Brian there. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll untie this thing here.
How'd you do that, Holly? I've never seen it.
It's braided around like that.
It's called, what's it
It's a
called?
French braid.
I've
It's
never
just
seen it.
that I started over here and wrapped it around this way instead of starting straight and going down.
Yeah.
You can start at the bottom and braid them up and
Oh, yeah.
go all the way around the head and make a crown.
I've
And
never seen it.
there's all kinds of stuff you can do. with it.
Holy Mackinac.
Happy birthday!
Get hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Sunflower seeds.
For the birdies.
For the big
More
bird.
sunflower seeds. My God, look at here. What do we got here? Help me get this out there. Oh, a feeder.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Hey,
Boy, that ought to keep
that
the
ought to
animals.
keep them.
Yeah.
I tell you, timeless design.
Play with. Oh, that's pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, hold on. I have to.
The one I-
It has park on it.
No, that isn't the one I wanted. You decided to change your mind? You don't want all of them up? Well, there isn't, and then there's another one, but I don't know why you want that.
Dog.
Depends on which way the arrow's going.
How do we get this
There's
out?
more of it in there. I think, is that it, Bruce?
I think that's it.
We got to kind
It's in
of protect this.
Melissa, I like this one better.
Is it tied in there? I think you're gonna have to.
Here we go.
The city park sign?
Uh-huh.
See, it said that dog that's the French braid. You give it to the
Yeah, it goes together something like that package there.
Yeah, we had a little war in here.
I will straighten it out.
Yeah.
That all set there.
He said they all came that way.
Well, it's so pretty. They can see it all the way.
Oops, going the wrong way.
Sure is.
Going the wrong way.
Got it on video.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna send this to America's Funniest Home Video. When the whole thing explodes on the table, everybody's eating there. Now that would go. That would go.
Whoops. I was watching those little
It's
guys
been
out.
bent, Dad.
Huh?
Nice place.
Yeah.
We get directions out, you know.
There we
I
go.
was looking for it. Found them at the, when all else fails, read the directions.
That's right.
It's all right. We already got it together.
Okay, I
The
think now we
directions.
can put some seeds in there.
Oh, it's got a squirrel baffle.
Oh,
Squirrel
I
baffle?
don't, I'm not
It
bothered by
baffles the
squirrels.
squirrels.
That's where I need, you should see the squirrels in my place.
If you were a squirrel, would
hang
you find
upside
it
down.
baffling?
They hang upside down by their tail and take
There
my
we
finger
are.
and go shake, 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 shake till the
There
sunflower.
we go. Hold it up once, Donald. Hold it up
Stupid,
once.
aren't they?
See?
There
Nothing.
we go, ready for service.
Yay!
Yay! Hang it on someplace out there.
Maybe a hook. You have a place with a hook on it, so it's less likely to get.
We don't use this. Well, I gotta. That would be in against the side there. I gotta be out.
How about over?
I gotta be out where it's right now. I'll put this down here. There we go.
I see how
I
it
see
works.
bird work. Bird.
I see. So then that just, they just,
Come out as they peck.
oh.
Get some out.
Okay. Oh, you got it together. Golly, you must be a bird brain to figure that one out. Ow.
You already have one like that of me on there.
I know that. Woods Creek Road. I didn't get much of it on the way in because of the sun on the windshield. As we head out to Donald's official birthday party. Used to love coming in on this road whenever I was in here, you know. Did you click that ad, that physical therapist ad in Hawaii for Vicky? Ouch. Ouch? Oh, there it is. Great. station 2200 or something like that? I missed that monument on the way in. That's some kind of there. It is the Philomath College something.
That on video?
Yeah.
That's in case you missed it first.
Oh, okay. Hey, they even got a shopping center in Philomath. And that's about it. Kind of like Mayberry. Next down the road is Corvallis, which is what, 5 miles from here?
Oh my gosh.
There they are. Corvallis, 5 miles down the road. Okay.
Oh, there's Uncle Donald posting that sign there for the Sanderson get-together there, young feller.
Roll your window down. Gosh, you want to live in town.
Okay, now, there's a park down there. Oh, I see. Here we are. Philomath City Park. Okay. Getting it all set up here. This is a nice park. Now this is the card that Bruce and I got Uncle Donald. It says, "You getting older?" Okay, Bruce. And then it comes down, and it's got this bird with a cake stuck in its throat, and it says, "That's hard to swallow. Happy birthday to our favorite uncle, Stephen Bruce." Isn't that kind of cute? Kind of.
Hey!
This is something you can appreciate, Ma. This is a handicap bench. See the little symbol there? So a handicapped person can park their wheelchair right there. Of course, it might cost the rest of us $50 if we park our butts there. Here are the cakes for Donald's birthday.
Problem with this is we don't have any way to make it cold.
Very nice looking cake. And here's the happy 45th anniversary.
Hello.
There he is.
They're coming through.
What's that?
Are you going to catch the people coming through?
Oh,
here?
I'd better, I guess.
Some of them.
Are they all arriving? Yeah. Here they are.
All the family.
Here comes trouble.
Fresh from Egypt.
Uh-oh, fresh from Egypt, huh? Here we are.
King TV.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, Channel 4. Here we are. Here's Velma. Everybody arriving. Uh-oh. Here's Margaret in the back. Hi, Margaret.
Hi, how you doing?
Just fine.
Good.
And there's Lizbeth. Hi, Lizbeth.
There.
They're all here.
Yeah.
She looks good in pink. She had pink on yesterday with a pink sweater.
Oh, we got to sign this book here? Are you in charge of that?
Linda.
This is 52 pickup,
We need
huh?
Raid Man here to tell us how many forks it is.
I think it's
Have to
about
have-
100.
yeah, there's a
And you know what? We'll never tell.
200,
Couldn't rent them off.
233, 233,
And he's down.
233 forks.
Tomorrow we all have diarrhea.
Yeah.
You
I
mean
love the way he knew he met the waitress this morning and saw her name and gave her phone number.
Now, Linda, why did you want me videotaping this?
Oh, because after the fabric softener spill, I
This was-
want people to understand we do this on a regular basis.
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
What do you have to do to register to get the whole area?
Fabric softener off on the laundry floor yesterday on the dryer liquid.
Is that right?
We're sitting there with spatulas and a turkey baster trying to.
Oh, yeah?
Now, this is a shot of Phyllis videotaping
Oh
pictures.
boy.
Yeah, that's the
What do we have
That's
here? anyway?
nice.
This is nice.
Well, see, we were gonna
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of reflections here.
cups out.
Let's try the macro lens.
How it's already served and then just bring it.
This is Autumn Anderson, Don Jr. daughter, it says on there. This says 1955, Linda and Don Jr.
We can go over to the.
here. If you got a little
This is 1981, and I think we got this one already at
big one of it.
the house. Actually, I should back up from that a little bit.
Those little stickers.
Good guy. Okay.
This is 1946.
Here.
We got this one out at the house too.
Where's that roll of tape?
And here's a whole bunch more. Here, let's.
There we go. And there's Mr. Steve. He's got his on.
Hi, Irma.
Hi, Irma.
Go ahead, Donald.
This is up at Velma's in 1972 when all the girls came out to the West Coast and up Seattle. That's when you got that scare about being hostages in Seattle.
Okay.
All right, here is, this is taken in probably 1948 aboard the USS Paiute when Don was a little tyke.
Okay.
And this is when I was probably during the war out in the Pacific someplace.
What rank were you then?
I was an ensign then.
Okay.
And this is back in 1918 when Frazee, Minnesota, Margaret and myself sitting on the back porch.
Okay.
And this is a picture of June and myself after I came back from 3 months up in Iceland. You can see I got a beard there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now we go down over here. These are the 4 grandchildren.
Okay.
And here in 1917, this is Margaret and myself.
Okay.
This was taken down in Key West, Florida. That's Linda and myself.
Okay.
And there is June and Don, I think. That's aboard the USS Paiute.
Okay.
This is a picture of me in Rockefeller Center, New York City. That was been in 1941.
Okay.
Now we go down here. Here is June and
Linda thought it was
Probably
her.
Don or Linda, probably at Key West.
Okay.
This is June and myself aboard the USS LSM 548.
Okay.
And this is myself, 9 years old, back in the backyard at Frazee, Minnesota. And this was the Handsome Boatswain Mate First on the USS Nashville. We were up in the Aleutian Islands campaign when that was taken.
Okay.
And this is myself and the little dog that we had aboard the LSM 227 out in the Pacific.
Okay.
And this is another picture like this one up here, June and myself aboard the LSM 548.
What rank were you there?
Probably JG then.
Okay, yeah.
And this was taken in 1938 at Subic Bay in the Philippine Islands, out in the rifle range.
Okay.
And this is Don and myself. That was probably taken in 1947
Okay.
or 48. And this was our 25th wedding anniversary. We were over at some friends in Corvallis.
Okay.
And this is my mother and myself. I'm a JG there. That was taken at Little Creek, Virginia, probably in 1948.
Okay, great.
And that's it.
This is Melissa.
Most of them are breaking
Dave and Linda's little girl. We're getting a battery low indication, so we're going to move right along. Let me get the macro lens on. She's going to be my page turner. This one is Donald as an ensign in 1944. Beep! This one is Dad and Mother in 1944. And that is Margaret in 1936. Beep! That's Betty in 1965. That is Jean in 1942. Beep! And there you are in 1936. Okay, 38. And that's Phyllis in 1944. Beep! And there's Velma, says 1989 at age 90. Let me get the thing focused in better. And that says Vernon, 1975 at age 75. Beep! That's Margaret and Donald, 1918. That's August 1953. Try not to wiggle it, please.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Beep!
Well, no, I know.
There's Lillian in June 1951. I think you got a shot of that on your dresser. Another one this way. August 1972, it says. You can see everybody there. Okay, beep. Oh, another one that way. 1987, this one says. Focus in on it. The Anderson family. And that one's this way, okay. Donald in June, February 1990. Beep. RDA Christmas dinner 12/6/83. And what's this?
Regeneration.
Three Generation July 1986. Beep. The beep means turn the page, in case you're wondering. July 1987.
Hi, Fred. I'm Linda.
Linda and Dave. And what's this? Another one that way. Who was that?
That's me and Brian
You and Brian, okay.
in 1985.
Okay. Beep. That is
Tell Fred to the...
Donnie and Austin, that's right. In December 86. And that's Christmas 1988. Who's that?
Autumn and Austin.
Autumn and Austin, okay. Donnie's kids. And who are these? July 1988. You know who those are?
Okay. This is me and Autumn and Brian and Austin.
Okay.
No, you said,
Great.
Dad, do you ever have any premarital...
All four kids from Linda and Donnie.
I can verify that.
I just noticed these really nice looking rings here. You look beautiful.
I get the last hug.
I'll still look for that baby.
Oh my God.
Well, his feet are so big you can't get the foot.
I think I was in
All right, how are you doing at the Anderson celebration?
This. I got all the Donald's laugh and all, everybody's voice on here.
That's good.
Boy, am I lucky.
No, if you miss Donald's laugh, I can always put it on there for you.
Yeah, right.
Okay, here's cousin Bob going to tell us about Mount Rainier in Washington, and he was telling us about this, and I was so fascinated. Here's the map itself. And
Glacial footage on this mountain. There's so much of it that there's more of it than there is in the entire country of Switzerland.
Isn't that something? Look at that.
It also has the longest glacier in the United States, from 14,410 feet
Got it.
on the Emmons Glacier. That's where that comes down over here, and it goes down to only about 2,000 or 3,000 feet.
Wow.
Continuous.
So this really blows the Swiss's minds, huh?
Oh yeah, when they see this, they've never seen anything this huge. Mont Blanc is higher, but it's just like a ridge in the mountains. It just doesn't have any. This is a huge cone. This whole area of the park here, we're talking about some 350 plus square miles.
Golly.
The whole park area here.
Now what about this tunnel you were talking about?
Well, at the 10,000 foot level, Camp Muir at the high camp over here. At the 10,000 foot level, if they drilled a tunnel through the mountain, it would be 4 miles through that mountain.
Golly.
That's at 10,000 feet.
That's something else.
Otherwise, you can drive around and get tremendous views all the way around the mountain, down this way, and you're at 5,200 feet here. You go up the Sunrise side, you're 6,000 feet here, highway ends. You can hike up here and get tremendous views. There's no trees in the way, and you can see all around the whole area.
Well, do you live near there, Bob?
What?
Do you live near there?
I live 73 miles from the park entrance.
Well, that's neat. Great. Thank you.
We go up there quite a bit.
All right, now this is Phyllis, our roving reporter. She's got her camera, her microphone right there, interviewing Betty. There you go. You got it together.
Smile, Melissa. Smile, Melissa.
Oh no.
That's a good
Okay, here we go.
Right on again.
One more. I haven't got mine yet. Okay. All right. All right.
Well, yesterday we got Phyllis's interesting looking outfit. Today we're going to do Liz's shoes. And look at those shoes.
Craft class.
As,
did.
all right. As Ed Sullivan would say, it's a really big shoe.
Wait a minute, tell us, I'll get it out of here.
Didn't feel great. You gotta put one on to say
I'll put one on.
That's a gift from who?
This is for 12 pounds up to 24-pound baby. It's her size.
Oh.
I appreciate it, believe me.
Thick. Look at that. It says thick on it.
Yeah.
That's the right part.
No, thank you. That is for a husky.
Or you can say who is this picture?
No,
Right. That's Mr. Stephen Humphrey, Esquire. Recorder right close to me. Is the recorder ready?
Take 2.
Yeah. What do you want it for your life district?
This is a poem that was written by a friend of mine where I lived while I was going to the University of Washington, taking up an advanced course in public health nursing. It's on life, and somebody here have asked me what I contribute my long life to. So I will give you this poem entitled Life, L-I-F-E. Life is not an empty dream, like some would like to make it seem. Life is real and life is good when we live right as we should. Life is filled with much that is new, adventures we can look forward to. Truly there are hills we must climb and valleys that may not be so fine. But as the rising of the morning sun and a new day has then begun, so life can be renewed from day to day, achieving new things along the way. Meeting with another with a smile will help to make their life worthwhile. And the little things we can do will help to make another's life pleasant too. Always looking for that which is best will help to give us peace and rest. Yes, life is filled with much that is good when we live right as we should.
Donnie Sr.
Donnie Jr.
Donnie Jr.
And Donnie Micro.
And Micro Donnie.
Give me your eyeball again.
They call him
The Three Dons.
the Three Dons. They call him He-Man right here.
And here's Mom, too. Mom, come on over here.
Come on over here, Mom.
Come here, Mom.
No, I want a
Come here,
generation one.
And now we have
got my
Linda.
house.
And Mom.
So great.
Ow!
And little Linda.
Yeah.
Brian David!
Hey, get in here.
Yo, Brian!
Get over here by me.
And here's Brian.
So you make your grandmother look short.
There we go.
That's because you are short.
Hey, Carol. Hey, somebody go get our camera.
Wait, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. These two are the two best cousins in the whole world.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we're testing Phyllis's new microphone. And anyway, I just thought I'd see what it's like to have this neat microphone hooked up to my machine. So now, Phil's going to give you a little narration of the trip so far here.
Okay, hi Irma, or Mr. Robert, Bob Robert. Well, we had a very nice flight. My plane was late leaving Vegas. I thought we were going to have to hitchhike up here because there was some dispute about the plane, but we made it. And we've just had one whale of a good time. And every time we got down to Donald's from Albany, where we stayed every day, but every night so far, let's see, we've made Friday, Saturday, 2 nights in a row we got lost. We made a wrong turn. I'll be goddamned, I don't know my left from my right. And we can't follow instructions. And Jesus Christ, and then we got on the freeway, couldn't get off the son of a bitch. And so consequently, we wound up clear halfway back to Corvallis again before we could even turn around. And but anyway, nobody hollered, and everybody had a good time. And we finally, last night I could have spit on my bed, and unfortunately made a right turn and got back on another freeway, and away we went. So anyhow, we made it down here today, and we stopped at Bob and Nancy's trailer. We're in Velma, and had a nice visit with them over there, and then we followed them down here because we know we probably would have been up in Seattle again. So we've had a great time, and Donald's having a wonderful party, lots of friends, and it's really great. So I'll see you later, alligator.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll bet this comes out really good, too, with this directional microphone. I may have to get one of these because it allows you just to hear the speaker and not the background noise. Alice and Microdon. Microdon. Now wait a minute, Microdon. What does this KC stand for?
Kansas City.
No, it's King Chump.
No, it's Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
There was a girl when I was in nurses training, and she could do the Highland Fling and the Schottish and all those things. But I never could do all of it. But I could do this one little one.
Now this is tap dancing.
You're having fun. There's a lot of cousins. Good to see you now, and happy anniversary. Sorry, a little bit late now. Margaret?
You got some cousin. You got another cousin here you haven't met.
Which one?
Marilyn Lyons. Here. These are sisters.
Where are you going to stand? So which way you're going?
Introduce Betty.
One, two. Well, I got another sister around here. Where's she? Hey, Gene, what do you do? Come on, get over here. You haven't met this one.
Say that again, Donald.
Oh yeah, somebody said.
Marilyn, here's another one of my sisters. Another one of your cousins.
I'm Meryl. Your sister too. Oh, isn't that nice? Reacquainted with John. We got reacquainted a few years ago. Well,
There's somebody coming and she doesn't know. Just a second.
Who was that you were being introduced to as another cousin?
it's another cousin. Her name is Marilyn. She was Uncle John's granddaughter.
Okay.
We used to play cards with Uncle John, and we played snap. And he always beat us because he said nap, 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 and we said snap.
Oh, my mother used to relate that to me. Okay.
And her sister Pat is here too.
Neat.
So it was kind of fun to see them. We never met them before.
Huh.
Okay, that's Donald. Donald. The sisters will sing Donald, and everybody else will sing Andy. How's that? All right, so we started. Ready, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Donald. Happy birthday to you.
Uncle Donald?
Got some other people just come in here.
Uncle Donald? We need to mention that this is the mother of all Anderson get-togethers.
This is the mother of all Anderson get-togethers. You got that? Hello there, lad. This is the baseball diamond, Philomath High School baseball diamond. Beyond it is the Philomath High School. And over in here is the football stadium. And beyond that is the middle school.
Okay.
And this big field over in here is the soccer field and whatnot.
Okay. Neat.
See you later there.
Philomath High School. Well, the mother of all Anderson get-togethers is now being transferred back to the Anderson residence, where it will be the mother of all chicken dinners. It's a lot of fun, this phase of it. 4:30. These are heavy.
Oh, that's, yeah, all right. Just throw them in the back.
How long have you had this truck, Donald?
Oh, a couple of years.
In a couple more years, it's gonna be mine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Finally got rid of the little green Datsun truck, huh?
Yeah. Then I had a yellow one for about 10 years.
Oh, that's right. I drove that yellow one, a Chevy Love.
Yeah.
And now you
I
got
sold
this
that
one.
about 2 years ago, and I bought this one from Lisa, next door neighbor. Our next door neighbor.
What year is this?
This is 78, I think.
Oh, neat. Good deal. Late in the day. Here we are heading back on out to the Anderson home. I'm in Linda's car. And I'm doing this again because when Bruce and I arrived here, day before yesterday, I guess it was, we couldn't see much because of all the glare. So, oh, well, okay. To get
I am
technical.
driving Grandpa's car because the cake fits in the back of their station wagon, but it wouldn't fit in my Dynasty.
I see. Okay. We're gonna get technical. Anyway. Yeah, we do want to be accurate. The mother of all Anderson get-togethers is now going to continue.
I really like that.
I like that phrase, yeah. Old Sodom Insane coined that, I believe. So, that good old George Bush jumped on that at that juncture about that regarding that mother of all celebration for the troops party.
Did you get the peas and the blackbirds?
Yeah, I've got all of that stuff.
My dad said the blackbirds this year are a couple of weeks behind in blossoming because it got so much rain into it, which is unusual.
Huh.
So it put them a little bit behind.
They used to have those big wigwam things for burning the
Yeah,
chips.
I think they outlawed them several years ago because of EPA and pollution.
Yeah.
Now they have to have,
Because there was one right over there.
yeah, they have to have some kind of contained burning. I don't know exactly how the law reads. Yeah, you don't see open wigwam, but you haven't for probably 10, 15 years.
Yeah. This area is sure my favorite in the whole world. That's why I got to tape so much of it.
Now we're about 2 miles out of Philomath now, heading west towards the coast.
We are?
They live about 4 miles out of town.
But I thought west toward the coast would have been back at that junction where it said all sea to the...
Well, you can go that way and wind up at Walport, or you can go this way and for 45 more miles you'll be at Newport.
Ah.
So you have to go up over the coast range.
So we're actually heading west,
Heading,
not...
yeah, we're heading west.
Oh, I see. And then that would have been south back there.
Well, yeah, a little bit. They kind of both meet. Walport and Newport are kind of on opposite ends of a bridge on the coast. So you can get either way. One road's a little windier than the other, and they both take about the same amount of time.
Okay. Because see, this looks a lot better than last night. Couldn't see a thing. We're turning on the Woods Creek Road from, what is that road we were on?
You would ask me. I think that's Highway 34.
Okay. This just comes out of Philomath is all. This is so nice back here.
Every once in a while you catch an animal coming off, especially at dusk. One time I've only seen it one time a couple years ago back. I said I came back, and there was a little family of raccoons right back there just coming out of the creek, a mom and 3 babies.
Really?
And all the years we lived here, I don't ever remember seeing them catching raccoons coming out of the creek. We knew they're there, but you just don't see them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times early in the morning or late at night, you might catch a deer coming down to drink out of the creek.
I had a Ford truck in camp that looked very similar to that. This is much nicer. There's a little bit of glare, but at least we can see what's happening here.
When we get around the corner here, the sun should be on the other side.
Yeah. I took that ride on the four-wheeler
Not
that's
this
there?
first house, but back up on the hill. Well, they own both the houses. They rent one and live in the other.
I see. Yeah, it
The
must
man
have
who
been,
owns the four-wheeler, that's his house right
it must have been great growing up here.
there. Actually, Jeannie and Dale didn't live there when I lived there. They've lived here since I moved away.
Yeah, because they didn't
They're-
know Bob and Evelyn.
Yeah, they're nice people.
And here's the little bridge. Chris Greeno, whatever happened to him?
You know, I don't know. He moved away, and I don't know where he went. You have to ask my mom and dad see if they know where he might be now.
This is sure nice. Oh, there's an RV here since we were here last.
That's probably Velma's sons.
Could be.
I don't know, or maybe one of the other relatives that came down from Portland.
Yeah.
Cousins.
What's happening now, Linda?
Okay, this is Margaret, and she has gotten
A compliment.
I don't know what the word is. She started flirting at the party with that nice young-looking guy named Jeff, and now she's making a pass at my husband, right in front of my very eyes.
And you were her husband?
And now Phyllis is
And
going to
she's
sit next to him and flirt too.
Well, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now you tell her just what you told
I'll
her.
run some electricity
Oh,
for you, and that's all.
this,
You'll have to use the plumbing in here.
This is
We can
my
hook
favorite
up
of all
creek
of
water
them,
for you if
Margaret.
you want.
Got a picture of her unloading wood, but 20 years ago in our driveway.
Yeah?
And I was just telling her this is an attractive looking outfit, makes her look 30 years younger.
I'm 30 years younger. That's
There you
right.
go.
Those are the words.
There you go.
And
And
so,
if it was 35, I'd trade her in.
and I
Trade my
told
wife in
him,
for her.
if in that case, I asked him if I could sit by him
You can
too.
trade me
Now,
in for
tell
two
me
20-years-olds.
those sweet words. Tell me these sweet words. I want to hear those sweet words. What kind of sweet words are you going to tell me?
with this other guy.
And she even knew his name. This is more than I did. But he was a good-looking guy.
He was a cute-looking guy. I
Which
got
one
it
was
in there. Jeff somebody. Jeff Lamb.
Uh-oh.
It's on the tape back somewhere.
Well, what do you think
catch
about
it.
all this now?
I think this is wonderfully outrageous, and I approve.
But you might lose somebody here.
Well, Margaret, let's both give him a kiss. Come
Yeah,
on.
okay.
Dave, what's your thoughts on this whole fiasco?
That's what it is. It's a fiasco.
Okay.
Here, so far in the cards that we received, Mary Adams is from Green. No, that too stuffy.
Well, I'm trying to get it to go faster.
Oh,
I gotta turn it off to start it fast.
Mary Adams is from Green Valley, Arizona. Her husband was Don's boss for many years at the university. Gary and Gladys are relatives of mine, and they sent me a $25 check. These are all for the baby bank. Dolores Ellis is a friend of ours from Columbia, South Carolina. And we served with them in Midway Island. They were our next door neighbors. Dick and Marion. Marion is my sister-in-law, and Dick was a friend of ours. He lost his wife, and they got married a year ago. And they are traveling in their motorhome. That's why they weren't there today. They sent a check for $25. Helen and Leslie Sy Helen is a member of the Daughters of the Dial, and she sent me a check for $10. Her sister Margaret sent me a check for $10. Lee and Bernice Anderson sent $20. My cousin from Shoal, Arizona sent $25.
And all that goes into the sewer, right?
Yeah.
I gave you a check.
Right.
Yes,
Wait,
I
wait,
was there.
right, that hasn't been written down yet. I just wrote it down. There it is.
I caught you. Speak up, Velma.
Okay, now,
Don't let her get away with anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You're sharp, Velma. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
I'll tell you.
Very glad.
There's nothing slow about her.
Nothing gets by Velma.
But then I don't know a poem that long, much less being able to remember it.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody that's here for coming and being with us.
Hooray for us.
Secondly, I'd like to thank our son, wherever he is.
He's not here at the moment.
No, I'm here.
Where'd he go? He's probably starting the fire.
He's guarding the beer.
Anyway, our son and daughter, and our good friends Ginny and Dale Troutman, that will be here later,
My co-conspirator.
were the co-conspirator. We had it secretive until just about 10 days ago.
Smarty pants.
Long distance calls canceling couldn't come. Hey, get the ears come out there.
This
Something
from,
was
from
suspicious.
Velma, and it's Dear Donald in June. On your 45th wedding anniversary, it is truly a pleasure to be sharing in some way the special joy and gladness on your anniversary day. Congratulations to a fine couple. Best wishes and good luck in the future. Sister Velma.
Thank you.
Oh, baby check.
And the check. And the check. She's reminding you in the check.
And the check for
$25
$25.
check.
And she said, gift to the food bank and baby bank. Now, where am I?
Well, just
Next.
next card.
Next
Start out
card.
with the next card.
Well, wait a minute. This $5 bill came from Bobby Gillespie, and she said that's all she had. She didn't get a card, but she'd see me at retired officers, and she'd give me some more money. That's for the baby bank.
Gee, he's a brigadier general too, retired from the Air Force.
What
And he's a brigadier general, and he must put her on a $5 a month allowance. I'll get after him.
No, he should emulate you.
Edit that one, Steve.
This is from Merle and Joy Hegood, with love and respect. She has made thousands of things for the baby bank. New quilts, outfits, dresses, shorts. The last time she told me, she says, June, I've got 12 of them done. You can't, don't have any place to put them right now, do you? I said, no, only in storage. She says, okay, I'll just keep them in until, but she donates tremendously to the baby bank. He is the former postmaster at Plymouth. Larry and Phyllis Rainier, they have a winery out here, and they brought us 2 bottles of wine. Rainier.
Where's the bottle? Open them up.
Oh, they make beer too, don't they?
He said that this.
Well, it's just coming into production now. He's had the vineyards in, and he's been building it up for about 4 years.
Bring them down to Las Vegas next time.
When they come down to visit you again.
Don't forget the vino.
All right.
These are mixed up birthday and anniversary cards. This one says, Darling Dawn. And then
Which
Phyllis.
one is it?
Phyllis.
Oh, all right.
Rainier.
Right.
The other one.
On the front it says,
The other one, he says.
live it up on your birthday. We're all going to hell anyway. We love Phyllis and Larry Rainier.
All going where?
To hell.
We're all going to hell anyway. Enjoy. But it says, but not you.
There was a card with this.
Well, I'm not sure if this is from Carol and Ron. These are supposed to be opened in this order, but she went to get him, so let's wait.
Okay, yeah.
She went to get him, so I know.
But not you, it says. Oh, okay.
No, you're going
She
to hell,
accepted me.
just like everybody else. You have all your friends there.
It's got me happy, lonely.
You wouldn't know a soul up there.
Okay, you're gonna get killed if you don't go to the peanut gallery.
You're gonna go to hell in a minute if you don't hush. This is to June and Don, happy anniversary from Marilyn and Al Miles.
Oh my God.
Where are they?
They're out here.
Look at that card.
Oh my God, what a card.
Oh, oh
That's
my.
quite a deal.
Oh.
I'll pass it around so everybody can see it.
Oh, it's one of those computer things?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Get one then.
I'll pass it around later when we get done here, and then everybody can look at it. And this is happy birthday to Don from Maryland and Miles.
Where do we get these big cards? Yeah.
And that also has.
That's from the
cool.
Hallmark computer
You
that
can
gives
do
you
it on the
all,
Hallmark thing?
give them the date and then all the information of what was current at the time of your anniversary or birthday.
Great,
comes
those
out.
are wonderful.
They are. Hey, a 3-bedroom home cost $2,875 when you were born.
Oh, boy.
It's only gone up to the $94,300 now.
This is from the lady that was sitting talking to you.
Gloria. Gloria.
Gloria.
Lydia's mom.
Lydia's mom. They're neighbors of ours up here.
Oh.
They're really nice too,
Right next door.
but they're a little bit on the weird side.
Just a little bit.
Well, tell them why now. We set you up there for dinner the night you got here. What did they try to feed you?
Slugs.
Slugs.
That's a little bit weird.
Oh, stop! They had more fun.
Well, tell me something.
But a little later, we found out they were hot dogs.
Yeah, because there was eating hers and Lydia said, "Do you want more cheese on your hot dog, honey?"
But tell me something. Were those slugs chocolate covered?
No.
They weren't.
Austin,
And they weren't worth eating.
move to the side, would you please?
Like oysters.
Is it candy?
You're rude, Melissa.
Sending you many good wishes for happiness, just like this. I'll just pass this one around and you can all look at it. I'll read it all. Typical of Willard and Marie Davis.
Right, right.
A special birthday wish for you. Andy, may every birthday is a new beginning, another chance to laugh, to love, and to live your life to the fullest. Andy, may your life be very good to you day by day and the whole year through. Happy birthday and happiness always. Jean Mater, many happy returns. She's has a PhD in engineering. Dear Don,
Where did you get the recording of that?
well, everybody's talking, I'm not going to read them. Jim and Cheryl Jordan, Plymouth Baby Bank, $10. Jim and Cheryl Jordan. That's the new president of the board.
I love that picture.
Reminds me of one I've seen with
I
some.
love that. That's almost like that thing you sent me that time. Are you trying to tell me something?
No, I said it reminded me of one that I've seen similar.
Oh, love it.
Don and
This would
June.
make a cute t-shirt.
One says Don and June, the next one says June and Andy.
In line of importance.
For your wedding anniversary. Here's you at the hoedown. But we'll have to tell them the story of that later. This is from Don and June. May your memories of the good times you've shared make this one of the nicest days. May your hopes and dreams for years ahead all come true in the happiest ways. Happy anniversary. Love, Jack and Michelle Kempis. You are a blessing to everyone. Have a happy birthday, Don. With a check for the Plymouth Food Bank for $10. And for the Philomath Baby Bank, $10.
Jeez, Austin, here we go.
Anybody wants to?
That's a good one. Oh.
That should bring up the story of our grandparents.
Oh, boy.
This is from Don and Carol.
That's from Oaxaca?
From Ensenada?
I was on a vacation that Donald wasn't on. I know that.
That's
beautiful.
I'll pass it around so you can see it.
What's that?
From Mexico.
Indian.
I'm cold by myself.
Said to lay it on the floor so you could all see it.
Hey, Brian. Oh, good.
Okay, well, can you get that? That looks like Alan.
And I got many more cards if anybody would like to look at them. I didn't.
Yeah, we ought to have a word or two from you.
Well,
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
the word.
Wait a minute. Before I started, I thanked everybody and started to thank you, but you weren't here. You and Linda together.
Listen, let me tell you something. Can I tell you something about my sister? I used to live up in that room up there, and she took very good care of me. She never bitched. She never complained. In all seriousness, she took care of my shirt. When my mother wasn't there, my sister, honestly, I took care of it. And she took care of my dirty underwear. She
With
took
the
care of-
tire tracks too.
She took care of everything, the skid marks, the whole part of it. And now that I'm 40-some years old, I finally got the bill. And guess what? She owns me, my kids, my ex-wife. She owns my business. She owns everything I own. From now for the next 20 years. It's going to take me 20 years to pay the bill off. And I love my sister. She's wonderful.
That's me, dependable Linda.
She's remarkable. I don't know how she
I wish I could
have
have
some of those characteristics.
Well, it hasn't come yet.
Where's the skillet?
Bob,
It's coming.
Bob has it.
Linda, his mother, and I were dancing out there. And Austin was dancing. She had that in her card.
Well, if my tally is right, they made $370 for the food baby.
Well, I'll look at this later on. I want to tell a story on this, on our family history. I'm going to tell a secret. Well, I don't know if it's a secret, but it's probably a lot of unspoken words. When our grandparents, Velma and mine and the rest of the sisters here, when our grandparents came over from Sweden, there was 7 children in the family when they immigrated to this country. And Ferdine was our grandfather and Sarah was our grandmother. And Ferdine came first with Uncle John, and the information differs a little there, whether it was Theodore. One paper said that Theodore, because he had an accident and lost one of his eyes, stayed back, and my father came over to this country. Well, when Sarah came over, and they were betrothed to each other when they were little children. They had 7 children. So when grandfather Ferdine came to and settled along the Iowa-Minnesota border, where there's some other Swedish people, and when Sarah came into New York Harbor, she said, "This is a free country." She wouldn't live with Ferdine anymore.
Oh, no!
Well, she eventually, she worked in Chicago for a while, and eventually she came out and settled in, they were together. I don't think they lived together. But at one time, when they first got there, they lived in a cave down on Burt Lake.
A cave?
A cave back in a ravine. And one time a cow fell through on their table. But anyway, they didn't get along, and
Better add that it was a marriage arranged by parents.
it was an arranged marriage to begin with. So when Ferdinand died, he was buried down there, not far from where their old homestead was. And Sarah said, "And don't you ever bury me next to him." And these two skeletons here remind me. Well, when Sarah died, the family, the boys and the girls, got together and they said, "Well, we own this 2 plots."
Oh no! Ultimate moral dilemma.
So they buried her next to Fredine, and they planted a big pine tree there. So now the pine tree's roots encompasses both of them. And they're down there, and that's the story. That's a true story.
That's true. I've been to that grave. That's really a pine tree there.
What date is that, Donald?
I can tell you a little bit more.
All right.
When they came over here, Grandma Anderson, Sarah Maria, Grandma, liked to live on the farm, and she didn't want to learn to speak Swedish. She liked it out in the country.
She didn't want to learn English.
English,
Yeah.
yes. And Anders Fredin was quite energetic, and he was a stonemason by trade. He learned over in Sweden. And there was so much building and so forth that he wanted to do that type of work. So he left the farm of 80 acres and a lovely big building there, the home that he and his cousin had built for his family of 7 children, to Uncle John Anderson's, your grandfather, and 80 acres. So he went in a cart and he drove all around the country and made a lot of money on his, did very well in his stonemasonry. And he learned to speak English good. So there was a barrier between their English and their Swedish language. That's one thing that kind of pulled them apart. Grandma wanted to live right there, and she didn't care to go out and meet all these people and so forth. But she was a wonderful person and a good mother. So he would come out with his big straw hat and ride around in this 2-wheel wagon and go around and visit them all. And that's one of the things I think that took them apart, was because she didn't want to progress into the English dialect, and so she could speak, converse with all these people that grandfather was doing. That's one thing that took them apart, and that would break the family up very much. But they first were, the family, the marriage was arranged by the family. They used to do those things years and years ago, and I never thought that was a good idea. But that's another little thing, one thing that took them apart.
Well, that's where the expression came, "This is a free country." And I used to hear that as a kid, and I never knew what the basis of it was, but that was the
One reason that brought that on too was that in Sweden, grandfather would like to go out with fellows, you know, and they got to drinking a little bit. And you know what Swedes do when they get drunk, they get kind of rough and runny. And that wasn't too good, especially when grandmother was carrying my father. And I often thought that maybe that was one thing that made my father so nervous, because he was born under that circumstance. So Grandma says, if you want to go to America, that'll be fine. We'll get away from all that crowd. So that's another thing that brought him over here.
Well, you know how you get a one-armed Swede out of a tree?
I really don't know.
you wave to him.
I'd like to share this with you. This is lead crystal. And it came from some friends of ours in Germany. I've never seen crystal with color.
Was that an anniversary present recently?
No. We went to Germany in
You
'87.
showed it to us when we were down here one time.
Absolutely beautiful. Make sure when she is here.
We search her over. She's going through customs when she goes out.
It's much cooler down by the
Yeah, let's
creek.
go down by the creek and chow will be down right shortly.
You got a little New Testament and a letter there, and what's the story on those two?
Well, the Bible I found about 22 years ago out in our garage. There were a pile of just odds and ends, and I thought, Gene Roswell Anderson. Well, I used it for a few years, and just because it was convenient. I didn't like carrying a big Bible to church, but I thought I'd better get back to her. And I've been meaning to do it for about the last 6, 7 years, and every time I see her, I forget.
You know, I was so interested in reading the Bible between ages about 11 and 15 or 16,
Is
and
that how
I recall reading this. I read every word of it.
I don't know how it ended up at our joint.
And the Lord is thy shepherd. Not one. He maketh you to lie down in green pastures beside the
The
still water.
22nd Psalm. Well, let's go on with another one.
And here's a letter from my dad to Jean in November the 20th of 1945.
Here's one highlight, and this is written 46 years ago, and here's one thing he did say. He said, telling Gene, stay away from the building and loan companies. Too many go bust in time.
Is that true today?
Yeah, that's right. Way back when, in 45?
The letter from Dad.
45, yeah.
The letter from Dad, the Bible, that Bruce found. That's all that had letters.
That's his writing, and I can duplicate his signature perfectly.
His father was
Boy, it sure looks old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John.
I've got letters that father wrote too.
I didn't
Do you?
Yeah, same handwriting.
Well, we didn't
He
really
was
know down
had a beautiful handwriting.
And that's a 45-year-old letter.
No, we lost track of all
My
that.
family,
November
my
20th.
grandchildren.
Does it have a date?
Each of you has a...
It's November 20th, 1945.
These are the four.
I think I've got some of
This
that
little
old.
guy,
Really?
he's 4 years old, riding a motorcycle.
John, you are...
We're going to dial the number. Okay, Mom, you'll see this tape later, but we're going to get you involved in this right now.
She's waiting so she can tell her.
1,
We're just going to say hello. We're not
8, 1, 8,
economic.
3, 4, 1, 5, 9, 8, 1. Well, let's hope you're there. This is different, huh?
Yeah.
Someone who's going to watch the tape later is realizing that they're being called now. I'm dialing it.
Phone ringing?
Got the answering machine now.
Nancy?
Maybe you should be the first one. Yeah, here, you do it. I just transferred it to Donald. That'll be more of a surprise.
Well, all I got
An
is
answering
a
machine.
signal. You want to just talk to the answering machine?
No, they'll pick it up.
Hello? Hello? Is this Bob? Oh, this Donald. Oh, you know it. Okay. Well, can you get Irma on the other phone? Well, two of you get on, one on each phone there, because you're going to have a little conversation. Oh, we're doing just fine. We had a big birthday celebration today here, and we got all kinds of people here, and everybody's fine. I'll start it around here. Margaret, talk to Irma.
Hi, Irma. Oh, we're having a wonderful time. I'm flirting with all the guys and having a wonderful time.
Betty.
Scaring all the wives. So here, next.
Hi, Ma. I got the camera rolling as we're doing this, so when you watch the film, you'll know what we're talking about. Isn't that weird? Hi. Huh?
How are ya?
Oh, well, you're welcome, Dad. I don't know what the present was, but, oh. Okay. Anyway,
Say hello to Velma.
here's Velma, and you're going to have a whole bunch of other people. When am I coming back? Bruce has an appointment Monday, so we're going to leave tonight about 8 o'clock and do an all-nighter. Okay. Here's Velma.
That's Irma.
Hello, Irma. Wonderful to hear your voice. Yes, we came down here yesterday about 5 o'clock. Took us 5 hours to get here. We stalled around Olympia, Washington. We've been having a wonderful time. And may the good Lord bless both of you and keep you under his wings. All right, here's somebody else, honey.
Hi, Irma, it's Jean. You miss seeing Velma. You know, she played the organ, she danced, those dances Dad used to do, and then she recited a whole poem with about 10 stanzas. I'm telling you, it was really wonderful. And you know who's here? Uncle John's granddaughters, Pat and Marilyn.
Excuse me.
And, gee, it was really interesting. And then, of course, we met Bob and Nancy for the first time. And Melissa's here.
Hello, Melissa.
Hi. Here's Melissa. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow night when I get home.
Did you say
Hi, this is Melissa.
Who else?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's been really fun. Here I am looking into this camera.
We're waiting on a turn.
Yeah, Steve's been really good about getting pictures of everything for you. I wish I could meet you sometime, because I hope so.
About 3 months.
Okay.
Here's Betty.
Okay, here's Betty.
Oh, hi. We're all taking turns here. Oh, yeah, we're going to start to eat pretty soon. And they just opened up a whole lot of gifts here. And everything's going real great. It's all organized. Perfect weather. Yeah. Here's Phyllis.
June!
Hey, Cole.
You can lie right here.
Oh, my God. I'm a designated driver. You know, every night when we went back to Albany, I got lost. Shit, we damn near wound up back in Los Angeles. Here's June.
Hi, sweetie. My feet are tired, my butt's tired, my head's tired.
I'm tired of everything.
Well, yeah, it turned out so wonderful, Irma, that I'm just pleased. We had such a nice crowd of people come.
Start. Come on, hurry up.
When it calms down, I'll count it and I'll write you a letter and tell you. Okay? All right. Just a minute, Bruce wants to say hi.
Hello, Irma. This is John and Francis.
That's
Pretty
not
good. How you doing, Irma? Well, you got to talk to 10 people in 4 minutes. Yeah, it was a good, excellent weather. Oh, I know. That's why. I mean, it was just as soon as we crossed the California border and got into Oregon and elevated a little bit, we just turned off the air conditioning. What? Oh, it's a little longer going up here than it is to go down there. So it's you got to allow about 10 hours. Yeah, we left at 6:30 in the morning. Of course, we both had some. We fiddled around a little bit. We didn't get in until 7 o'clock. I thought we'd get here around 4:30 or 5. So I don't know. But no, I picked him up 6 in the morning. And yeah, by the time. Yeah. Oh yeah, you probably should, but I don't want to grab it. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, when you see he took such a thorough video, you will, it's like you can just sit back and you'll see the whole trip. Every bridge we crossed coming up here and everything. Here's John Francis, he's for real here.
How you doing, Irma? Well, pretty good. Well, it's pretty hot down there in Chino, you know. Yeah, too bad it ain't him, huh? Yeah? Did you know right off the bat now? Oh, darn. I thought I had you suckered. Thought I had you suckered that time. Oh, well. You know what we've called this? This is the mother of all Anderson get-togethers. That's what Donald. Of course, I can imitate Donald better than Donald can.
You met second cousins you didn't know existed.
And I've met second cousins I didn't know existed. Like Bob Lynn. Oh, I did a lot of video with him.
He's a cousin.
No, he's a cousin. Bruce says he's a cousin.
You met
a direct cousin.
You met Solomon's.
I met Solomon's
brothers.
Son's
daughter.
Solomon's brother's son's daughter. Okay, and some guy that played Nat.
Great uncle.
Something like that. Uncle John, something like that. Yeah, something about that. What's that thing about Nat? Saying Nap? Some guy that would say Nat. Uncle John. He wasn't here.
When we used to play Snap, and Uncle John used to say nap, nap all the time.
He wasn't here, was he?
Right. Cheating because he could say nap quicker than Snap. I want Steve to go in and take a picture of the yellow rose, picture of the Velma painted in the bedroom. Go take a picture of that, will you? I brought another film with me, but unfortunately left.
I'm supposed to take a picture of a yellow rose in here somewhere?
Yeah, right here.
This is Velma.
Velma made.
Oh, really? Velma painted that.
I just need to rinse my contact. I don't think my stuff's in here.
Linda's might be in here.
Yeah.
That's nice. We got Bruce Milbury working. Oh, look at that. Toss that Frisbee right up in there. Unbelievable. Yes, it's a rare event indeed.
We know it's rare.
He ain't,
Steve Humphrey's working.
He's not. I know.
Steve Humphrey's letting
not pushing a pencil. He's carrying something. That's all right.
There are some. I guess we still have a little tin back there, but I don't.
Now what's this? Fried chicken?
Are you ready? Detroit Lakes, M.
Minnesota.
No, November the 20th, 45. Dear Gene, your 15th received. Period. Yes, I made you folks a lot of worry. What to do with the cash you realized from sale of stock and to reinvest. Well, I never favored insurance companies for they pay such small dividends and have so many strings on you that I consider best to keep your money more flexible where you can control the principal every year at least for other or better income.
So I bought a fur coat in California.
Postal savings are okay, providing you can get control of principal about once a year, if needed, or short maturity bonds are okay, not over 5 or 10 years. I don't like long-term bonds, 20 years or more. Banks don't pay much either. Stay away from building and loan companies.
There's good advice if I ever heard it.
Look how long it took.
Yeah, they just got the point.
55 years later.
Yeah. Well, he mentions that further on, though, about this. Where are we now? Solar Loans
Too
Company.
many go
Too many
go.
go busted in time. In the past 50 years, I have
seen
8 or 10 B&J
bad. I think he
slumps. Good, well, okay. In stock, the worst was from fall of 1929, which lasted till June 1932. The country was broke on stocks and bonds, land realty, worst panic in history. Of course, when a big slump takes place, a raise in value in stocks proceeded for a period of years according to cycle of good times before recession came. We are now on that high level with stock prices again, for they have been going up for a period of 3.5 years, and a bad break is inevitable. After such inflation as the war brought on with its terrible destruction of material wealth and human life. The labor unions are making unreasonable demands and causing trouble, I guess. However, to hold common stock now is dangerous. In less than a year, if break comes, you would likely discover to your sorrow, if break...
Excello, that was the stock I had.
Excello down with market 25 to 30 a share. It was at 20 to 25 3 years ago. It's a machine tool stock, and so many of them can resupply country in a year, and then earnings drop fast, and dividends are usually
Resume? Oh, usually renounced or
yeah, renounced or off altogether. So your position might be
vigorous. I don't know.
Your stock worth 25 to 3,000. Dividends received 260, and then he's got that total. By sale now, your cash is 6,015. Possible earnings on bonds? I don't know. 120. Always sell stock when high.
Yeah.
Buy early, sometime after a severe slump. Best wishes, your S.F. Anderson. Yeah,
that's good advice.
Still applies to this day. Still applies.
Fifth grade education he had?
Oh, so what did I do? I bought a fur coat, a Chrysler car, and some old, overstuffed, horrible chartreuse furniture. I don't know what happened to it.
And I remember he gave me 100 shares of National Distillers, and I think it was about, maybe 16 or something at the time, and it went up over 100. I wasn't 21, and I had to have my parents' signature to sell it. I too bought a fur coat.
We needed it in California.
But the thing of it is, Irma and I, we both worked at the telephone company, and we went to Pelta Furs, which was right on the corner of Hill Street, of Olive Street and 7th, say. And Irma wanted this fur coat in the worst way. It was a beaver coat. And we used to go by there every day and look at that damn coat in the window, And so finally one day she says, well, now I've got my money ready and I want to go over and I'm going to buy that coat. So she and I looked like a couple of bums. And we went into this Peltifer store, and of course a very elite store. And they say 2 little kids from the country coming in, you know, well, shit, they aren't going to buy anything. So Irma wanted to try on a muskrat coat. So they tried her a muskrat coat on, and I saw this lovely coat on a mannequin in the window, and I said, well, I'd like to try that coat on. It was a beautiful mink. And I think it was all of, oh God, it maybe $3,000-4,000, you know, which was a lot of money in those days.
Could have bought a whole house for that.
And I said, well, I would like to try that coat on. Oh, she wouldn't allow me to try it on. And so I says, so Irma tried her beaver coat on, northern
I remember. I bought one
and
just like
so I saw another coat. It was a northern black muskrat. I think it was all of $500. And so I said, well, let me try this one on. And so reluctantly, the lady let me try it on. I says, well, I says, I'll take it.
I bet he wants to say something.
And did my mom buy that coat? Did my mother buy that coat?
Yeah, your mother bought that coat. But here's the thing of it. Never judge a person by the clothes on their back. If she had showed me if she had let me try that mink coat on, I would have bought it. The money meant nothing to me. Hell, I was loaded.
Well, I guess you'd like to know what I did with my stock money.
Absolutely.
I bought land in Flint Ridge, California, and made money on it. I didn't buy a new car.
one among the 4
Or
of
a
us.
new coat.
We had one that was smart among us.
The rest of my money I put on the slot machine in Las Vegas. But I won.
Is this fiction or
Did
non-fiction?
Velma get some of that money too?
Pardon me?
Velma have some of that money too?
Yeah.
Yes.
She got some.
Yeah.
She
Must
must
have
have
got her
gotten.
through some of the
We all
hard
got
times she was
between
having.
$8,000 and $10,000. I think Donald got 20 though, because he was the only boy. I think he got that.
Boys were more.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, boys got more.
Most important. Oh yeah.
It was fun.
But what he did was he divided up the money that he had saved. Is it still going?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to pay inheritance tax on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And so our mother got about, what did mother get, 50 or 100,000? And see, this was just a little man who earned $30 a month working, you know, in the stock market.
You know, what kind of a job did he...
He was a depot agent.
A depot agent for the Northern Pacific.
Yeah.
Boy, he was
So
really
he was a
that money.
smart man. He made
Yeah,
it in the
but when
stock
I went to
market.
school, I also had holes in my shoes.
We got one pair of shoes at Easter,
Right.
and the rest was hand-me-down.
Yeah.
People who bought railroad tickets, there was a percentage there. All these little different jobs that he had.
So he made a percentage on the tickets he sold. He had from his regular income. He had 2 types of income.
But, he had about 4 different checks. It was divided in. I can remember when he had 3 or 4 people working for him, and he was the head. You vaguely remember any of that? But
I remember he had one other person in the office with him.
Yeah, but he at one time he had 3 or 4 people working in the office. One telegrapher, and one for the I don't know what.
So he was in a salary plus commission system.
He was a depot agent for the Northern Pacific Railroad.
Also probably in a drooping knockdown position. Where you can
No,
find
he was
a
a
little money.
strictly honest man.
No, he was a very honest man. But I remember one time I went in, we used to go down and get with a gallon, a jug, a gallon tin pail, to go down to the creamery every week, every Saturday, and get a gallon of buttermilk. And it cost 5 cents. And we had to go into the depot and ask my dad for 5 cents to go over to the creamery to get this buttermilk. And one day I went in there with my sister Irma. What's that? And he had a very important thing coming over the telegraphy machine. Don't you suppose I dropped that damn tin pail? Bang, bang, bang. Oh my God. We damn near got killed.
All his family.
But anyway, we got our nickel to go and buy the 5 cents to buy a wonderful buttermilk. Oh God, it was good.
Well, bottle of milk only costs 6 cents. Later on, I used to pick up the butter, and it cost 25 cents for a pound of butter.
Yeah. The
Real butter.
the original question is, how did old Saul get his seed money to make all his investments in the stock market?
Well, he didn't discuss it with us.
Yeah, well, he just
No, but he just penny pinched from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yes. As far as we knew, he
and didn't have the modern problems of a mortgage and house insurance and all that other stuff, so he had a good cash flow.
Or
Positive
else
cash
it was $25. He gave mother $25 a month to feed all 6 kids, and the clothes and everything. And didn't matter what happened, that's all she got.
Well, that's the equivalent of about $1,000 now. So.
What, you mean he wasn't living there?
You don't buy today.
That's true.
Well, you can buy dollar stocks,
Well,
but
yeah.
they're not worth a darn. Yeah.
Not the same.
I give Lily
No,
a certain amount of money.
he got to participate in one of the big upsurges.
I guess he only ever
Well, he just believed in saving a portion of his money. Possibly if he made $50 a month, he'd save 10.
He'd go over the bills every month. And just
Yeah, let's see. How does that go? Part of everything is yours to keep forever, or something like that.
And see, he didn't, when Mother married him, she had a house that her dad gave her. So, of course, when Mother married him, the house goes to the husband. He owns everything. She didn't own a thing. So she wants to leave the marriage as rotten. The house still is.
How did old Sarah get away with all that, though? That's a pretty good story.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I didn't know her.
Huh? Yes, it is on.
Turn it off.
I'm going to, I think.
play frisbee.
All right.
One of the big stores had a sofa, and it was full of little dots like pins. And the deal was you were supposed to count all of these dots on this sofa, and whoever got closest won. So all my big sisters, you know, they all counted how many dots were on this sofa. And so then I counted them. And I think I was probably the last one to do it because they said I couldn't do it. But I would section it off, you know, so I was very accurate. And by God, you know, I won. So Mother and I got to go down to Minneapolis to pick out the sofa. Yeah. Do you remember that?
No, I sort of do.
It was one of those Davenport, you know, that you tilt over and then you open it up and it becomes a bed.
Hide-a-bed, yeah.
Yeah.
Original hide-a-bed.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty good.
A big story of my dad's life was they, at one time,
Okay, go ahead, Gene.
Okay, I just wanted to say one thing about this letter from Dad, and that is that you might think it was kind of wasteful and everything to get, what did I get, $6,220 or something? But, and I wasted it on fur coat and everything. But at the same time, some of that stuff sunk into my brain, because later on, what did I do? Every time that I took a job someplace, I put 8% of my salary, had them take it right out, and put into stock of the company, like Rosemont, Rockwell. And when I sold Rockwell at 42, what is it today, 22? The people that are still working for the last 6 years, they lost everything. And I just happened to sell when it was high. And the engineers who worked there, they didn't buy the stock because they had families to support and this and that. And every time I left, I'd get my $25,000. And so I really made out, like Dad said. But it must be something someplace.
it had to rub off somewhere.
But I did buy one stock. I forgot the name of it now. And it kept going up and up and up and up. And finally, it wasn't worth much to begin with. I put $100 in. Pretty soon I had $3,000. And I thought, man, that's going to go to 10. And
called up the broker. I said, boy, we really got something here. He said, sorry, the whole place burned down last night. You haven't got us.
Lost it all?
Lost it all.
Oh, no.
But I did take the money that I got from Mother, $300, and invested it in certain stocks. I can't remember exactly what I got now. But I had rolled that up to $15,000 until 1968, around Christmas or October, someplace in there. When crash. On the way to work, I was just thinking, my God, I'll run that to $45,000. I'll triple it. When I got to work and called the broker, the market has crashed, and I sold the whole works for about $8,600. That's all I got.
You still made quite a bit of money on that.
But I still made a lot of money. Besides, I bought a horse for Connie. I bought a car for Bonnie, and a car for Connie, and one for Larry, his first Volkswagen.
And what'd you buy for yourself?
Well, I was into buying things for kids. So I was glad I spent all the money.
There's this nice little single-engine plane that... When it's my turn, let me know.
Yeah. Listen, I bought 20 cars in my lifetime, and I only bought 1 or 2 for myself.
Oh, gosh. Okay, we have to explain why the camera's not pointing at anybody's face during these neat family stories, and that's because I'm sitting here trying to eat something, so Gene's over there talking, and looking at where the camera is, I'm saying, gee, it's a nice, lucky thing that Gene isn't wearing a dress.
I said that every day when I was teaching school.
Now, this is a photograph of Bruce Milbury
My great point to the bottom.
eating chicken.
4 hours of chemistry and
And as we know, Bruce no longer eats meat.
It's cheap beer in Wisconsin.
It's cheap beer.
5 hours of German, between 5 hours of German and 4 hours of chemistry. My great point.
Go down to it.
Twice last.
Yep. Is that meat? Is that chicken? Yep.
We wanted to hear about Berto.
You can't
So
stop.
we,
Uncle Cookie. How did he get that name?
his daughter called him Cookie.
Okay, all I remember is...
So anyway, we went down to Santa Barbara, and as soon as they saw that, the doctors down there saw that thing in his temple, they said, this has to be looked at immediately. And he had a great big mole, a big one on his back. And he said, and we have to look at this. And so they took all the tests that had to be taken, and you're out of there in 2 days, I think. Complete physical. So we got back to Vegas, and I had a thing on my eye here, a thing, you know, just a big teardrop. So they took that off, and I had never looked in the mirror, you know, after this was done. It was kind of tender, but I never looked in the mirror. And then Jimmy Fair, his partner, he had something done to his face, I don't remember. So he had a big black and blue and bandage and stuff. And Berto had a big bandage on his face. And we left Santa Barbara and we stopped in Baker, California, maybe for you know, a break to get into Vegas. And here we go in here, and all 3 of us all beat up. And so finally we got back to Vegas, okay, and we got home, and I looked in the mirror, and Jesus Christ, my whole face, all black and blue. I couldn't believe it. No wonder everybody. From a simple operation. So we were only back there a short time when they called us and told us that this was a malignant tumor that we had to get back immediately. And so we went back and we had that surgery, but it was actually, it was too late. And from that, the cancer went through his body. But our heart doctor never told me that. And then after he died, he came out and said, well, we would like to make an autopsy of his condition because it had been written up in the medical journal. And I said, well, you can, providing I get a copy of it. And so he agreed. So I had to fight to get the copy. And when I read that his body was just absolutely all through with cancer, it made me so mad because the doctor never told me that. Never once, and I think that's wrong. He should have told me that he had cancer.
Which doctor did tell you?
The heart doctor, his doctor. And to me, that's not the right thing. The wife should know, for God's sakes, what's the matter with her husband.
Sometimes, what is it called?
He never told me a thing. He said one day he'll have a stroke.
Yeah, and it just spreads so quickly, you can't control it.
Metastasized? Oh, there's like 16 different types, aren't there?
Metastasized means it just spreads everywhere. So quickly that you can't control it. Because I had a girlfriend who had an operation, and it was just exploratory operation, but when they opened
he
her
was in the
up...
hospital that time, and he said, well, I think we ought to take stick a needle, and get a biopsy of his liver. And I asked the doctor, well, did you take this, did you make this test? No, he said we didn't. The doctor wouldn't tell me a damn thing.
Is there any chance that he asked the doctor not to share it with you? Because sometimes
no, because the doctor never, because even the doctor told me one time, he said he will have a stroke, but don't tell him that.
Oh my.
But one night I called him if he could come over to the house, and he said, no, I can't come, and he said, he's just going to have a stroke. But I wouldn't tell him that. And I said, just like nothing. Why, that jerk. One day I'll go and visit him and put a bomb in his car.
Hey, are we talking to Irma or? Oh, Phil. Oh, sorry about that, Irma.
I'm talking about Berto.
Oh, I know, but I thought Irma's the one that needs
well, I
addicted.
take after
Runs
Irma.
in the family. Watch out.
Sorry about that, Irma.
Don't get on my bad side, boy. You'll meet a
some of the Irma stories are great, where she got mad at the neighbor and threw nails underneath his car out there.
Yeah, and she took his, at work one time, she took her superior's picture of his family and put it in the trash can.
Dashed it, yeah.
My sweet mother would do that.
My sweet. Chuckle, chuckle.
Tell me some more Irma stories. I'm hearing stories here I've never heard before.
Wait, I got
Hey, tell her when the one where she went and yeah.
Yeah, come here.
The donut story. Tell us the donut story. How she'd stick her nails
God,
at
when
you.
we were kids?
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible.
Speak this way, though, because...
Where'd Brian go?
I had to, when we were kids, like, say, I was probably 8, and so 8, 9, 10, she probably 12.
So you want your leftovers?
Okay, so she would,
Put them on yourself.
I think she babysat for somebody where she would get some money.
Never the optimist, Jean.
All right.
And so anyway, she'd give me 50 cents. And I had to go downtown. Now, she had long fingernails, and if I didn't do what she said, she'd sink those fingernails and draw blood. I said, listen, I listened to everything she told me, and I did what she said. So anyway, she'd give me this 50 cents. I'd go down, and I'd buy probably...